The video gonna be about Calvin Murphy, one of the greatest point guards that no one ever talks about. Houston Rockets, 5'9" point guard. His whole career, there, Hall of Famer. The guy once made 78 free throws in a row. He did not have a 3-point line when he was playing in the NBA. I believe when the Rockets, when he did peak of prime, who knows? But when we talk about quick fleeted point guards, he never gets brought up. I know Moses Malone was so dominant with the Rockets, people tend to forget. I understand. But Calvin Murphy was a bad dude. I mean, you know, when you talk about quick, flashy point guards, guards who can move the rock, he doesn't get his due, but he should. Now the Rockets weren't contending teams. They did go to the finals, but Murphy was a big time fixture there, but it never gets brought up. It never gets brought up. Guy could shoot. He could defend too. People forget he was 5'9", but he could guard. It's amazing how well. So if you come from an era where there was no social media and you barely had cable, basic TV, some heads know when I mention Calvin Murphy's name. They understand how fleet-footed he was. I mean, he one of those players that if he came along today, he would be scary. He'd be scary. Because I will say this, and it might not be popular to say. Now, it wasn't because of crossover, but his quickness and he could shoot. Much about ballyhooed as Allen Iverson was, and much ballyhooed as Stephon Marbury and some other guys were moving Steve Nash even. Calvin Murphy could have been that kind of dude. With a more sped up with the tempo and everything. Because he could move. He could move. He's one of those guys, he would have flourished in a more sped up certain type of era because the guy had hops. He could move. When I be sitting up here talking about old school cats and people always like, asking, well, how come so-and-so or so-and-so? Sometimes cats don't get no love. Sometimes cats get kind of left off because some people, he didn't see enough footage of them or didn't recollect them or this or that. But sometimes it just was because there was so many other great talents. But make no mistake about it, he was one of those dudes that he was something else. I mean, Calvin Murphy, I can almost still see them white cleats when that cat was shooting. And he made some crispy shots. The cat had a touch too. It's just like I said before, because you come along in a certain era, a certain time, and you don't have all the, the footages or all the, when you're thinking about guys that get glorified for how good they play, and a guy like this, well, he was bad. He was bad. He's one of those cats in another era. And he was already a Hall of Famer, but in another era, he'd have been even bigger because he could move, he could shoot, and he could definitely, think about it. That was back when cats took pride in free throw shooting, took pride at their guard position because there were certain things that they did. They took pride in it. He also became a Rockets broadcaster and, colorful cat, stylish, kind of like the down south version of Walt Clyde Frazier in terms of dressing goes. But yeah, Calvin Murphy, one bad NBA player, one of those guys that is great as he was for his era would have been even bigger in this era because he could shoot and could play and could defend, which is a lost art. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hand, keep your mind clear, watch out for nothing. Share it if you like, and hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free, stay true. I'm out one time. Peace.